Tuxedo is
Hi, my name's Paula.
Hello, my name is Nicole Johnson.
Hey, my name is Cy Williams.
I am extrusion supervisor. I've been working at Hedro for about 10 years now. The reason
Hi, my name's Paula.
Hello, my name is Nicole Johnson.
Hey, my name is Cy Williams.
I am extrusion supervisor. I've been working at Hedro for about 10 years now. The reason I like working at Hedro is for the challenges and the opportunities to step up. I first started off in packing, and I was able to move myself up within the first 5 years. I believe it's a great place to work at.
I've been working here since 2011. I really like working for this company here. The department I work in here is dye repair. I've been a dye corrector for like maybe 4.5 years. I love it. I love the people. When we work here, we work safe. We work together as a unit.
I worked here at Hedro approximately 4 months now. I am the plant machinist. Everybody I work with is fantastic. Total mutual respect with all the employees around here. A lot of people are 45-year employees, so to have a company with that many people that are 20, 30, and 40 years, they have to be doing something right.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8.
Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Tuxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
SureCo is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems. With a corporate office in Yankton and 9 service centers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our smart trailer line. SureCo's smart trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. When you need to be sure, make it SureCo.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Hi, my name's Paula.
Hello, my name is Nicole Johnson.
Hey, my name is Cy Williams.
I am extrusion supervisor. I've been working at Hedro for about 10 years now. The reason I like working at Hedro is for the challenges and the opportunities to step up. I first started off in packing, and I was able to move myself up within the first 5 years. I believe it's a great place to work at.
I've been working here since 2011. I really like working for this company here. The department I work in here is dye repair. I've been a dye corrector for like maybe 4.5 years. I love it. I love the people. When we work here, we work safe. We work together as a unit.
I work here at Hedro approximately 4 months now. I am the plant machinist. Everybody I work with is fantastic. Total mutual respect with all the employees around here. A lot of people are 45-year employees, so to have a company with that many people that are 20, 30, and 40 years, they have to be doing something right.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
SureCo is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems. With a corporate office in Yankton and 9 service centers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our smart trailer line. SureCo's smart trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. When you need to be sure, make it SureCo.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Baseball State Tournament on KYNT and KYNT-TV. This coverage is brought to you by Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, SureCo, DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, Hydro, First Dakota National Bank, Olson's Pest Technicians, Tuxedo, and Yankton Thrive. Now let's go live to Riverside Field in Yankton.
And we welcome you here to Riverside Field for Game 3, our second session of day number 1, as Brookings, the 4 seed, takes on Rapid City Post 22, the 5 seed. By seeds, this should be the best matchup of day number 1, as these two teams played 3 games during the regular season. Brookings got a 5-4 win in 10 innings in game number 1 that they played. Rapid City took game 2, and then it was Post 74 and Brookings winning the final game of that 3 games that they played over in Brookings back earlier in June. As here now today, the winner will take on Sioux Falls East in the 5 o'clock game tomorrow evening. The loser will go to the elimination game, and they will take on Harrisburg Maroon to open up day number 2. That'll be a 10 a.m. start. Harrisburg Maroon lost 7-2 to Sioux Falls East in game 1. The second game of the day was Harrisburg Gold beating Aberdeen 6-2. As those are 2 matchups that are concluded here in day number 1 of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Class A State Tournament. It is the First Dakota pregame show. We'll come back here in just a moment, and we'll talk about the bracket, or, well, not so much the bracket, but we'll start looking at starting pitchers and the starting lineup for both these teams as you're here at the First Dakota pregame show, First Dakota National Bank pregame show. Great banking is built on trust, and trust takes time. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. They offer personnel, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. Back in 2 minutes here on as you're listening to the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Sherco is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems in North America. With a corporate office in Yankton, South Dakota, 9 service centers, dozens of equipment manufacturers, and hundreds of dealers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our Smart Trailer line. Sherco's Smart Trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. Open your tarp, swing your auger into place, and open your trailer hopper from a single remote. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
So we welcome you back here to Riverside Field here in Yankton as Brookings and Rapid City Post 22 getting set for first pitch. We're just about 20 minutes away from first pitch. Our starting pitchers, so we'll look at the starting pitchers for this ball game. Hayden Leidy and Nathan Lees, probably the number ones for both these teams, although Post 22 you can probably say there's about 3-4 guys that could be number one for them. But for Hayden Leidy, he is making his his 10th start. His ERA right now is at 3.448 and a whip at 1.493. Batting average against at 250. Not a whole lot of base hits against Hayden Leidy and 67 innings worth of pitching for him. Over on the other side for Post 74 and Brookings, they're going to go with Nathan Lees, who threw against Post 22 earlier this season. So did Hayden Leidy as well. We'll talk about that later on as we get farther along in the game. But for Nathan Lees, as he has thrown 48 innings, this will be his 9th start. All appearances have been starts. He's got an ERA at 2.917, a whip of 1.27, and a batting average against at 266. So one of the keys offensively for both these teams is just going to be able to get base hits and get on base, because both these pitchers will not give up a whole lot of base hits throughout this ball game. Least through 6 innings in that 10-inning win, in the 5-4 win for Post 74. He threw 6 innings, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, only one of them earned on 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys overall. But Hayden Lighty threw 7 2/3 innings in that 10-inning ball game. He gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So both these guys are familiar with the other team, both pitching in the same game. They went 10 innings. Well, there's probably a reason why they went 10 innings, because he had the 2 best pitchers for these 2 teams on the mound, and not a whole lot of offense to go around for it in that 5-4 win for Post 74 in a 10-inning ball game. And part of the 3-game set that they had, 4 games overall, with Aberdeen coming into town, along with those that doubleheader on day 1 of that set, and then playing a triangular with Aberdeen in there as well. But here, Brookings and Rapid City Post 22, the 4-5 matchup. Brookings will be the home team on the scoreboard, with Rapid City Post 22 getting that first at-bat. This should be a good matchup. These 2 teams came in, Post 74. They got their wins over Huron to advance to the state tournament, winning 16-0 and 13-4. And then it was Post 22 with a 6-1 win over Pier Post 8 and a 6-5 win to advance to the state tournament. Hayden Lighty and Nathan Lease both through game 1 of those of that region round to advance here to the state tournament. So we will continue to talk about, we'll have starting lineups coming up here in just a little bit. We'll give you umpires. We'll give you the game conditions. It is a scorching hot one here. And then we got the infield turf that makes it just a little bit hotter for these 2 teams as we're coming up on first pitch. And again, it's the first Dakota National Bank pregame show. Great banking is built on trust, and trust takes time. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. Also, we are brought to you by Yankton Thrive. Yes, there is a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all your business from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to YanktonSD.com. Make that YanktonSD.com. And then also DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance. DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. We will step aside. We'll come back here in the First Dakota National pregame show back in 3 minutes. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new VisitYanktonSD.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to VisitYanktonSD.com for the information you need.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmet Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmet hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmetFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
As we welcome you back here to Riverside Field here in Yankton as we are getting set for Game 3 of day number 1. This will be Game 1 of the second session. The final game tonight will be Renner Post 307 taking on the host team Yankton Post 12 in the 3 versus 6 matchup, Yankton being the 3 seed, so they will be the home team on the scoreboard in their final game of day 1 here at the 2023 American Legion and Class A state tournament. Earlier today, Sioux Falls East, they beat Harrisburg Maroons 7-2. The top seed advanced to the second round. They'll play the winner of this game tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. The loser of this game will take on Harrisburg Maroon in game number 1 of the day tomorrow at 10 a.m. Also in game number 2, Harrisburg Gold, they won over Aberdeen 6-2. The 2 seed will advance, and they will take on the winner of Yankton and Renner at the 7:30 game tomorrow night. The loser of that game will take on Aberdeen at the 12:30 spot. Those first 2 games at 10 and 12:30 tomorrow will be elimination games right away. It's very important to start out 1-0. It's hard to go 0-1 and come back and win a state championship. So these first games, while they're going to be a lot of fun as a fan of baseball, they're going to be a lot of fun. And these are very much must-win games to get off on the right foot here in the state tournament. I mean, overall, when you're in the state tournament, every game is a must-win game. But so much is riding on your first game, especially when you throw your aces like what Post 22 and Post 74 will be doing here in this first game. Want to check out the conditions? It is a hot one here today in Yankton. It's going to be, might get a little bit hotter as we go along in this game. 94 degrees right now here in Yankton, but it feels like 103. And the humidity's at 58%, the dew point 77 degrees. So it is a sticky day here in Yankton. And then you throw on top the turf infield. Now, granted, both these teams are used to turf fields, both in Rapid City and in Brookings. So the heat doesn't necessarily affect them like it would maybe some other teams. But that is going to make it a lot harder on the infield with that turf. The outfield's going to be a little bit cooler to be playing out there this afternoon and this evening. But it's still going to be a hot day today. We look through the starting lineups. We'll first start with the visitors in Rapid City Post 22. Aiden Roberts, the second baseman, will lead things off. Wyatt Reeder, the DH, batting second. Harrison Good, the right fielder, will bat third. Alex Dietrich, the first baseman, batting fourth. Aiden Hollick, the third baseman, batting fifth. Ridge Inhofe for the center fielder will bat sixth. It is Philip Bentz, the catcher, batting seventh. Zeke Farley, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Dominic McKnight, the shortstop, batting ninth for Post 22 with Hayden Leidy on the mound here in Game 1 of their tournament for Post 22. The Brookings Bandits, they will have Owen Schneider, the catcher, lead things off. Brett Kirchhoff, the center fielder, batting second. Parker Winghart, the shortstop, batting third. Justin Koffel, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Zach Struck, the second baseman, batting sixth. Nathan Lease will pitch and bat seventh, making that to batting sixth. Nolan Miles, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Austin Clark, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Tate Helmbolt, the left fielder, will bat ninth here in this ball game for Brookings and for Rapid City Post 22. First pitch coming up here at 5 o'clock, so just about 13 minutes away. We've got the umpires for tonight's game. John Thayer will be at behind home plate. You got John Whitcraft at first base, and John Kirchner will be at third base. So the Johns will do the duties on the field umpiring, and the John will do the broadcasting up here in the booth for this ball game. So John's all the way around the horn for this ball game. The law for this game, and also here in the press box as well for the ball game between Rapid City Post 22 and the Brookings Bandits of Post 74. We will step aside. We'll come back with more of the First Dakota National Bank pregame show. And again, at First Dakota National Bank, great banking is built on trust, and trust takes time. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey, plus a friendly team of professional bankers ready to put you first. It's also brought to you by Sherco, a proud supporter of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Senior Baseball State Tournament. When you need it to be sure, make it Sherco. And Dakota Archery will open every night until 8 p.m. at Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50 in Yankton. Proud to support the 2023 Legion State Tournament. We will step aside. We'll come back in 3 minutes. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East
For
Highway
over
50,
100 years,
Yankton,
the
South
Smith Farm
Dakota.
Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
As we welcome you back here to Riverside Field here, as we'll throw it over for the introduction of the players and for the national anthem.
And the home team, the Brookings Post 74 Bandits. At this time, respective baselines. We begin with the visitors in the third base dugout, the Hard Hats of Rapid City Post 22. The reserves, number 12, Lee Negebauer. Number 15, Wilson Kiefer. Number 17, Eli Kelly. Number 19, Palmer Jacobs. Number 23, Aaron Roach. Number 24, Declan Mickley. Number 29, Tate Crossweight. And number 30, Jaden Moreno. And now the batting order for the Hard Hats. Leading off and playing second base, number 10, Aiden Roberts. Batting second, designated hitter, number 18, Wyatt Reeder. Batting third, the right fielder, number 14, Harrison Good. The cleanup batter, first baseman, number 27, Alex Dietrich. Batting fifth, third baseman, number 20, Hayden Pollock. The sixth batter, center fielder, number 22, Ridge Inhofer. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 11, Philip Betts. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 28, Zeke Farley. Batting ninth, shortstop, number 21, Dominic McKnight. Starting pitcher, number 25, Hayden Lighty. Bat boys, Brogan Ewing and Kane Clapperich. The assistant coaches are Nick Ewing and Ryan Clapperich, and the head coach of the Hard Hats is Kelvin Torby. And now for the home team in the first base dugout, the Bandits of Brookings Post 74. Reserves, number 6, Addison Ronning. Number 7, Jack Merritt. Number 10, Sam Johnson. And number 13, David Brink. And now the batting order for the Bandits. Leading off, the catcher, number 9, Owen Schneider. Batting second, center fielder, number 12, Breck Kershaw. Hitting third, shortstop, number 2, Parker Winghart. The cleanup batter, first baseman, number 8, Justin Koffel. Hitting fifth, second baseman, number 11, Zach Struck. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 14, Nathan Lease. The seventh batter, third baseman, number 5, Nolan Miles. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 3, Austin Clark. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 1, Tate Helmholtz. Assistant coaches, Carter Gordon, Corey Roach, and Alec Johnson. And the head coach of the Bandits is Carter Roach. The 3 Johns in cream today are umpires, John Thayer behind the plate, John Whitcraft at first, and Johnny Kirshner at third. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, to be followed by the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship. Here to perform our Star Spangled Banner, April Hanston.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Tonight's contest and the entire tournament is being conducted under the auspices of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission. And to recite this evening's Code of Sportsmanship, a member of the commission, Mr. Bo Garcia.
Gentlemen, congratulations for what you've done so far this season. Look forward to having some fun this weekend watching all you guys play. Dude, please repeat after me. I will. Keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in the feet. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, clean mind, and a healthy body. Good luck, gentlemen.
So we are ready to roll here in game number 3 of day 1 of the 2023 American Legion State Tournament. The winner takes on the top seed in Sioux Falls East. The loser will be an elimination game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against Harrisburg Maroon. Both these teams, if you're going to pick someone other than the 1, 2, or 3 seeds, obviously, 4 and 5 would be the next ones up. But I think you look at Sioux Falls East, probably the favorite. These are kind of 2 of the dark horses that I think, Sioux Falls East probably doesn't want to play either one of these teams in the second round because Brookings has a good depth of their pitching staff. Rapid City Post 22 always with good depth in their pitching staff. And the winner of this game is going to get a really good Sioux Falls East team, and that's going to be a really good matchup at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, whether it be East versus Brookings or East against Post 22. 22 is the road team. We'll go through the starting lineup again here for you. Aiden Roberts will lead things off. He's the second baseman. Wyatt Reeder, the DH, will bat second. Harrison Good, the right fielder, batting third. Alex Dietrich will be the cleanup hitter playing first base. Hayden Hollick, the third baseman, batting fifth. Brett Jinhofer, the center fielder, will bat sixth. Philip Bentz, the catcher, batting seventh. Zeke Farley, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Dominic McKnight, the shortstop, will bat ninth here for Post 22. Hayden Leidy will be on the mound for the Hard Hats. And for Brookings, it will be Nathan Lees. And we talked about his stats. Here we'll go through it again. 48 innings pitched. This will be his 9th start. His ERA is 2.92, a whip at 1.27, and a batting average against at 266. First pitch strike percentage at 66%. The batting average runners in scoring position at 204. So once you get base hits, which is already hard to do, it's going to be even harder to score runs and get base hits with runners in scoring position. He threw against Rapid City Post 22 in that 5-4 10-inning win. Didn't get the decision, but went 6 innings, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He threw 5 innings in the 16-0 win, got the complete game win for Brookings in game 1 of the playoffs. 5 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts in that 5-inning shutouts. As Aiden Roberts will step to the plate. We're ready to go here for game number 3 of day 1. Second session is underway as Nathan Lees delivers the first pitch right down the middle for strike one. We're underway at 5:03 here from Riverside Field in Yankton. Glad you're with us here on KYNT TV in Yankton as the 0-1 pitch will be a ground ball over to the third baseman, fielded sharply by the third baseman. And Miles, that throw to first, nearly took the first baseman Koffel off the bag, but 2 pitches in and out. 1 down here in the top of the first, and it brings up the number 2 hitter and Wyatt Reeder, the DH. Tate Hembold is out in left, Brett Kershoff in center, and Austin Clark in right. Nolan Miles at third, who just made that play. Parker Winkhart at short. It is going to be at second, Zach Struck. Justin Koffel at first. Owen Schneider behind the plates. And Nathan Lees will deliver the first pitch just outside for ball 1 as you hear the home plate umpire and John Thayer make that call. Wyatt Reeder, the DH, stepping in for his first at-bat of this state tournament. He's got a 2-0 count right now ahead over Nathan Lees. A 4.04 batting average for Wyatt Reeder. 4 doubles and a home run, 20 runs driven in. He went 2 for 7 against Post 8 in the regional as a 3-0 count now from Nathan Lees, who doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. In 48 innings, just 10 walks issued, only hit 1 man, so very few free passes given up by Nathan Lees. That 3-0 pitch would get me over strike, and the count's 3-1 here to the DH Wyatt Reeder. Post 22 had just 2 extra base hits, both coming in game number 2 against Post 8 on Friday. But that'll be ball 4 to Wyatt Reeder in a 1-out walk issued. And there's 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And here is Harrison Good, the right fielder. He had just one hit, went 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts against Post States. Back on Thursday and Friday in that 6-1 and 6-5 wins, but overall 383 batting average for Harrison Good. He's got the team lead in home runs with 6, 54 runs driven in. But showing bunt pops it up. The catcher and Schneider will easily make that play, and there's now 2 down. And small ball early, that doesn't work out for Post 22. They're a small ball team. You don't see a whole lot of teams try and bunt with their number 3 hitter. But the confidence that Coach Torvey has to just get guys moving around the bases, and also probably saying, if you get a guy on base, we got to find a way to productively move him over. And now Alex Dietrich will have to shoot the gap somewhere and to try and score Wyatt Reeder for first base. That first pitch on the outside edge for strike 1 to Dietrich, who he's hit a grand slam so far this season, did so against Post State. He himself went 2 for 7 with a double and 3 runs driven in the region round. There's a ground ball down the third base line. That is fair. Rounding second will be Reeder. He'll be on his way to third. The throw coming in. The tag applied just in time as Reeder at third base. It'll be a 2-out double for Dietrich. Runners are at second and third with 2 away. And here is Hayden Hollick, the third baseman. That was a really close play, but John Thayer, the home plate umpire, rotating everybody around. The home plate umpire, Thayer, was over there to make that call, and he was right on top of it. And so now here is Hayden Hollick trying to score the game's first run, and Nathan Lease, who doesn't give a whole lot of runs to begin with. Only 20 earned runs in 48 innings. Delivers a first pitch strike to Hollick. He's still looking for his first hit in the playoffs, 0 for 6. He did score a run, drew a walk, but did not get a base hit against Post States at all last Thursday, Friday. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch that's outside the plate, low and away, and an 0-2 count, and Lease is looking for a strikeout to put an end to this first inning. 2 runners in scoring position here, second and third with 2 away in the top of the first. 0-2 pitch. Not a bad spot from Lease, missing outside. The count's 1-2. For Hayden Hollick, he hits .348 with runners in scoring position this season. .296 batting average overall. 1-2. Bouncing in, good block by the catcher Schneider, and the count's 2-2. 2-out RBIs for Post 22, and for Hayden Hollick, he had 15 2-out RBIs. Looking for RBI maybe 16 and 17 here in the season. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout of Hollick, and he retires his side here in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. Half an inning gone by here at Riverside Field. No score between Rapid City Post 22 and Brookings, as you're listening to the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Baseball Tournament, and it's brought to you by Olson's Pest, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Also brought to you by Truxedo, looking for you to join their production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply. And the Fairfield Inn, the 2023 South Dakota Legion Baseball Tournament broadcast booth, is sponsored by the Fairfield Inn. Yankton's newest and nicest hotel is now open at 21st and Broadway. We'll return in 30 seconds. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
As we welcome you back here to Riverside Field, it is the bottom of the first inning, and the also want to mention that you can keep track of the results of games on our KYNT Facebook and YouTube page throughout the tournament, and jump back into the broadcast at your convenience. You can go back and watch all the first 2 games. Not right now. Continue to watch this game, but also you can go back after day 1 and watch the first 4 games at your leisure, getting ready for game number 2. As Owen Schneider will step to the plates, the catcher here in this ball game for Post 74, the leadoff man in the batting order. He'll be followed by Brett Kershaw, the center fielder. Parker Winghart, the shortstop, batting third. Justin Koffel, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Zach Struck, the second baseman, batting 5th. Nathan Lease, the pitcher, batting 6th. Noah Miles, the third baseman, batting 7th. Austin Clark, the right fielder, batting 8th. And Tate Helmbold, the left fielder, will bat 9th here in the ball game for Brookings Post 74. Hayden Leidy is ready to go on the mound. The right-hander will deliver the first pitch here at the bottom of the first. And a swing and a miss by Schneider, who's late on the fastball. And it is 0-1. Go through Hayden Leidy's stats overall for his season, as he'll deliver the 0-1 pitch here to Owen Schneider. That misses low for a ball. Leidy, 67 innings of work. This is his 10th start of the season. ERA at 3.49 and a whip at 1.49. Batting average against at 250. As Schneider would push that one foul to the right side. The count's 1-2. Batting average with runners in score position against Leidy at 299, so still not very easy to get base hits off of Hayden Leidy when it comes to the runners in score position. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Schneider right back up the middle, off the mound and through for a base hit. Leadoff man on to kick off the bottom of the first. And Brookings is in business. They hit .413 as a team in that region round, so they're picking up right where they left off. As it's now Breck Hershoff, the center fielder, and how much is small ball will be played in this game between these two teams. And do you do that, if you win this ball game today, do you do that again tomorrow against Sioux Falls East? Because you know that runs are going to be at a premium, or you expect runs to be at a premium, both here today and tomorrow, especially if you win against a Sioux Falls East team who is very deep and talented as the #1 seed. Hershoff not showing bunt on that first pitch, upstairs for ball 1. And for Breck Hershoff, 4 for 9 with 3 doubles and 3 RBIs against Huron in that region round. So he's swinging the bat well to kick off the postseason. Overall, hit .362 this year with 11 doubles, 4 triples, and 29 runs driven in. This will be popped up, found the right side, giving a look as the first baseman, and Dietrich, and he'll let that one fall out of play. And the count goes to 1-1. Wind is blowing in here at Riverside Field, although if which I am not familiar with this field. This is the first time that I've been here. 324 down the left field line, 325 down the right field line, 351 in the power alleys in left center and right center, and 355 in straightaway center. So not a deep park, but the wind blowing in. As there's a ground ball to first baseman. Dietrich will throw to second for 1. Back to first. It is going to be in time for a double play. A 3-6-3 double play. There's 2 down here at the bottom of the first, and what a turn by Alex Dietrich to retire the leadoff hitter and to turn things around quickly in this bottom of the first inning. That's a tough play to make for Alex Dietrich, the right-handed thrower who caught that to his left, had to turn all the way around to fire a strike to second, and McKnight was able to fire a strike right back to first base to retire Breck Hershoff, and there's now 2 down as Parker Winghart, the shortstop, will take for strike 1. He hit the home run against Brookings. The only home run that was hit for the Bandits in that region round. The ground ball down the third base line, backhanded in the hole. The throw from the third baseman not going to be in time, as Hollick, just to get over to it to try and make that play close, was going to be Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado-esque type of play, and easily beating it down the line as Parker Winghart's second hit in the inning. And there's a runner on first now with 2 away for Justin Koffel, the cleanup man. So for Koffel, who hit a home run, only 4 home runs in total for Brookings. One of them, of course, being, just mentioned, Winghart in the region round, but just 4 home runs in total, so they don't hit the ball all over the yard. They do have 19 triples and 64 doubles as a team. First pitch, there's a high fly ball to left field. Backing up is the left fielder in Farley. In front of the track, he will get underneath it, make the catch, and retire the side here in the bottom of the first. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Full inning complete here at Riverside Field, and there is no score between Brookings and Rapid City Post 22. And I remind you that sponsoring this broadcast and sponsoring the state tournament, Yankton Thrive. Yes, there is a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all your businesses, from retail to manufacturing, is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance, DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance serving South Dakota from South Dakota, and Sherco, a proud supporter of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Senior Baseball Tournament. When you need to make sure, make it Sherco. Back in a minute, this is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC. Know it.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
6, 7, and 8 to do up here for Rapid City Post 22 in the top of the second. Ridge Inhofer, Phillip Bentz, and Zeke Farley. A 2-out double by Alex Dietrich put runners at second and third, but a strikeout of Hayden Hollick retired that first inning for Nathan Lease as the first pitch is at the knees for strike one to Ridge Inhofer, the center fielder. The 0-1 is high and tight on Inhofer, and the count goes to 1-1. Inhofer went 3 for 5. Second most hits in that region round for Post 22 as the 1-1 is outside. The count's now 2-1 here to Inhofer. And for Inhofer, 296 batting average, had 3 home runs, 32 runs driven in throughout the season for the Hard Hats. That'll be fouled straight back to the netting. And if we didn't have the netting here, that was coming right back into the press box. I was not really ready for it because I know the netting's right here, but I was ready to go for it.
I'd protect you, John. I got you. I got your back.
Bryce Ladwig, our producer, on-site producer, for a lot of these games. You'll hear him much more coming up in the next game as the count's now 3-2 here to Ridge Inhofer. He'll have the call of Yankton and Renner in our final game. Swing and a miss, and a second strikeout here for Nathan Lease. One down here in the top of the second, and it brings up the catcher here in Phillip Bentz. This Post 22 team, they can hit the ball, but they were held in check at 260 batting average against Pure Post States. Last Thursday, Friday, they won 6-1 and 6-5 as there's a ground ball right back up the middle, just kind of how we saw the base hit from Owen Schneider. This time, Phillip Bentz goes right back up the middle, and he'll get a base hit, 1-out single. And the third base runner now here for Rapid City Post 22, and that'll bring up Zeke Farley, the left fielder who had the most hits. He went 4 for 6 at 667 batting average, an RBI for Zeke Farley in the region round against Pure Post State. The runner on first and one away here in the top of the second. Showing bunt was Farley and pulling it back for strike one. Now the one thing too, we already saw Harrison Good try a bunt attempt in the top of the first inning and bunted foul and was caught by the catcher in Owen Schneider. They bunted the ball really well against Pierre when they actually bunted the ball. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2 here to Zeke Farley. The one thing is that they failed a lot of bunt attempts by just fouling him off. It was a lot of missed bunts. I mean, they didn't even make contact on it, but when they did, they put down some beauties. There's a swing and a miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout of Zeke Farley. And Nathan Lease has got his second strikeout of the inning, third of the ball game, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the second. And it brings up the shortstop in Dominic McKnight. McKnight had 2 RBIs over that region round, and for McKnight, a 280 batting average. He's a very slick fielding and a strong throwing shortstop for Post 22. First pitch catches the corner for strike one. Boy, if Lease can spot that fastball right there and spot his off-speed on the outside corner, it's going to be a long day for these Post 22 hitters as he's trying to settle in here in the top of the second. Check over at first and diving back in safely is Phillip Bentz over there at first base with Justin Koffel holding him on. beautiful but hot day here on this Tuesday evening at Riverside Field here in Yankton. That one will be fouled out of play, and the count's quickly 0-2, and Lease is trying to strike out the side here in the top of the second inning. This win for one of these teams, they get pitted against Sioux Falls East, who coming in at, if you had to handicap the field, it's East and then everybody else. 0-2 pitch, bouncing in, good block there from Schneider, back to first, and standing up back safely over at first base is Benz. Now that doesn't mean that Harrisburg Gold or Yankton, who the 2-3 seeds, they couldn't come back or they couldn't win this state tournament. But Sioux Falls East is a very deep and talented team. As there's a ground ball left side just past the diving third baseman and Miles into left field. A 2-out single for Dominic McKnight. Rolls over the batting order and it's first and second with 2 away. And it's Aiden Roberts who grounded out to the third baseman and Miles in his first at-bat.
The base hit brings up the leadoff batter, number 10, second baseman, Aiden Roberts.
Already 3 hits here for Post 22. But Lease can work around all 3 of those hits if he can retire Roberts. First pitch will miss a little bit outside, might have missed the spot that Schneider was hoping for Lease to get. Doesn't get the strike call. Here's the 1-0. Instead of pickoff move and trying to swipe the back tag, and they got him out at second. Kirchner calls him out, but the second baseman in Struck, he is slow to get up, and it might have been the reason why Bentz was picked off at second, because he might have stepped on the foot of Struck, and he gets tagged out. Struck went behind his back to make the play and was able to tag him out. There's a conversation between Coach Torvey and Kirchner right now. But I don't think Coach Torvey is going to win that argument. But a pickoff at second retires the side here in the top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Inning and a half complete. There is no score between Post 74 Brookings and Post 22 Hard Hats. And again, we want to remind you that the American Legion Baseball State Tournament is brought to you by Dakota Archery. Open every night until 8 p.m. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50 in Yankton. Proud to support the 2023 Legion State Tournament. Also Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. And also Olson Pest, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Back in a minute, this is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Make that 5, 6, and 7. Here due up in the bottom of the second. Zach Struck, Nathan Lees, and Nolan Miles, as Struck made the tag behind his back to retire and to pick off Phillip Bentz over at second. And so Struck, who was a little slow to get up and moving, might have got cleated on that play, but he is ready to go as he steps to the batter's box and is set to lead off the bottom of the second inning. His .330 batting average looks to be on base to open up the bottom of the second. Here's the first one from Hayden Leidy. Bouncing in and blocked up by Phillip Bentz. As for Zach Struck, 5 for 8, 5 runs driven in. This Brookings team had no problem scoring runs, 29 runs overall in the region round, as there's a line shot into center field, and Zach Struck, who still looks to be a little hobbled over running to first base, gets a leadoff single. And it brings up the pitcher Nathan Lees, who can help his cause, and we'll see if it's a traditional National League type pitcher, a historical National League pitcher coming to the plate and maybe going to be dropping down a bunt to try and advance Struck over to second. And Struck, who, again, probably got cleated a little bit by Phillip Bentz, all accidental because Bentz was picked off at second base. Probably not the same speed that he normally has, Least not showing bunt, and will take a curveball low in the dirt or low in the turf for ball 1. 3 hits apiece now for these two teams as we play here in the bottom of the second with a runner on first and nobody out. Lighty comes set for the stretch. Pickoff move, and diving back in is struck over at first base, and he seems to be laboring a little bit with that right foot, right ankle that potentially was cleated to end the top of the second inning. Here's the 1-0 now from Lighty. Swing and a miss. Lease was well laid on the fastball from Hayden Lighty. And the count's now 1-1. For Nathan Lease, a .322 batting average, 8 doubles, a triple, 33 runs driven in. He is just one of 2 guys that had 30-plus RBIs this season for the Brookings Bandits. That one will be bouncing in as well, and another good block there by Phillip Bentz, and the count's now 2-1. Gives the pitcher a lot of confidence when you can put the ball on the turf like that, and it's not going to be a wild pitch. That curveball probably has a lot more bite to it when you got a little bit more confident you can throw it one at any count, but also at any spot in the location of a in and out of the strike zone. 2-1. Line shot that is foul and out of play, and the count goes now 2-2. Lighty looking for his first strikeout. Had a double play turn in that first inning, a 3-6-3 double play. Started by Alex Dietrich over at first base, and Dominic McKnight was able to fire one back to Dietrich. Here's a 2-2. That's a good curveball just below the strike zone, and the count goes to full at 3-2. We'll see now if Struck will be in motion. Overall, Lease has only struck out 18 times and 142 plate appearances, so not likely that he swings and misses. Otherwise, it'd be ball 4. Not running, ground ball to the left side. McKnight will field. His throw will go to first, and that will be in time, and a nice throw from Dominic McKnight. On the run, off balance, and he throws a strike over to Dietrich and retires Nathan Lease, but moving to second is Struck, and there's a runner in scoring position now with 1 out. And Nolan Miles at third baseman to the plate, his first trip here. .273 batting average. No extra base hits for him, but 15 runs driven in. Doesn't need an extra base hit here to drive in the game's first run. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded behind the bag by McKnight. His throw to first. Going to be just in time, and between second and between third and home is now Struck. The throw back will be wide of the bag, and Struck will dive back in safely. Biles just out at first base. Another great play from McKnight. And then Struck was halfway between third and home. The throw from Dietrich was in the turf. And then Bentz had to hurry the throw over to the third baseman, Hollick, which went wide and allows Struck to return safely to third base. So 2 ground ball outs to the shortstop have moved the runner from first over to third. But Struck nearly got too far off at third base and almost had the Cardinals center getting the first or third outs over at third. Now here's Austin Clark trying to drive in the game's first run. A base hit has to be the job, or a wild pitch at least, to get the first run of the ball game in as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Austin Clark. Just a 123 batting average. 8 runs driven in. This will be a great time for him to get his 9th RBI. The count's now 2-0. Tate Hembolt is the 9th place hitter, and he is on deck. Clark with the double. Also has hit a home run as Austin Clark. Of his 7 hits, he's got a double and a home run. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Clark behind the fastball from Lighty, and the count's 2-1. There's been a lot of Brookings hitters that have been behind the fastball, at least early in counts. They've chopped a couple here in the inning. Here's the 2-1. On the outside edge, painting the corner. The count's 2-2. Lighty without a strikeout so far with 2 outs here in the second inning. Struck leads away from third. The 2-2. Swing and a miss and a strikeout of Austin Clark, and Leidy gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 2 completes here in Yankton, as it is still scoreless between Brookings and Rapid City Post 22. I want to remind you, sponsoring this year's American Legion State Baseball Tournament, Truxedo looking for you to join their production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply. Also, the Fairfield Inn, the 2023 South Dakota Legion Baseball Tournament broadcast booth is sponsored by the Fairfield Inn. Yankton's newest and nicest hotel is now open at 21st and Broadway. Also, KYNT TV is your exclusive state tournament broadcast destination. And please consider subscribing to the KYNT TV YouTube channel and being made aware of whenever we go live for Yankton and Mount Marty University Athletics. Even if not from Yankton, some schools do not have road game coverage, and you are more than welcome to join us on KYNT TV. Football, volleyball, soccer, basketball, and baseball, we have you covered on Yankton's home stream, KYNT TV. We'll return in 30 seconds. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Sherco is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems in North America. With a corporate office in Yankton, South Dakota, 9 service centers, dozens of equipment manufacturers, and hundreds of dealers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our Smart Trailer line. Sherco's Smart Trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. Open your tarp, swing your auger into place, and open your trailer hopper from a single remote. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
Top of the order for Rapid City Post 22, Aiden Roberts, Wyatt Reeder, and Harrison Good. He might reach his base, the cleanup hitter, and Alex Dietrich. Aiden Roberts was up to the plate when Philip Benz was picked off at second. So just 3 hits so far between both these teams, but no runs to show for it, as Roberts will take strike 1. He grounded out to the third baseman in Miles, who is playing inside the brown turf. It's not the infield dirt and in the infield grass. It's the brown and green turf. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Winghart will field on a hop. Leadoff man retired here in the top of the 3rd inning, and it brings up Wyatt Reeder, the DH, who walked in his first trip to the plate. So far, no runs, 3 hits, no errors for Rapid City Post 22. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Brookings Post 74. 3 men left on base so far for Post 22. Just 2 men left on base for the Brookings Bandits. First pitch to Reeder. That one bounces 5 feet in front of the plate for ball 1. And the throw goes all the way back out to second base. Zach Struck will field that one and throw it back over to Nathan Lees, who is both these pitchers efficient to the first portion of this ball game. Although Lees does have 3 strikeouts and a walk, that does increase that pitch count, as the count's now 1-1. Here to Wyatt Reeder. Again, these two teams met 3 times in Brookings, playing a doubleheader in one day, and then a triangular with Aberdeen, as the count's 2-1 here to Wyatt Reeder, and it was a 2-1 outcome for Brookings, winning 2 of 3 games. There's a line shot into right field. That will one hop and almost a worm burner out to the right fielder, Hank Clark. That one didn't take a hop, but Reeder's got a base hit. His first of the state tournaments. There's 1 on and 1 out, as Nathan Lisa has thrown his 35th pitch of this ball game. He lighted 24 pitches through 2 innings. Here is Harrison Good, the right fielder, who popped out in foul territory on a failed bunt attempt. He'll fly this one out towards left center field, but the center fielder and Hershoff will get over to the gap to close off to make the catch. 2 down in the top of the 3rd. Again, it's a short porch, but a high fence. So you won't be, unless you're a parkour climber, you're probably not going to rob a home run. Well, there's more chances for balls to fly out of the yard, as long as you get the air underneath it, and the wind's also blowing out, because right now it's blowing in from center field, as Alex Dietrich will foul the first pitch back. The count's 0-1 to Dietrich, who doubled down the third base line in his first at-bats.
John, I feel like I'm in science class right now.
I'm just trying to say, it's all about the aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics, exit velo, launch angles.
Do you have that up on the broadcast after every swing?
We're not there yet.
Oh, okay. No. That's coming next year.
Yep,
that
next
one's
year.
fouled back, and the count's now 0-2. I will say, though, I've been to Mandan for a couple baseball games, and Mandan actually has a radar out in right field, so you can actually see what the pitch is thrown and how fast it is. Now, sometimes it gets confused, and it's taking the catcher throw back to the pitcher, so it's going 35 miles an hour instead of the actual, the 70 or 80 miles an hour it is, as that one's fouled away, and it counts out 0-2. But not quite here with the KYNT TV to get the radar going.
Well, I was going to talk to you about possibly contributing some of your budget to make that happen.
We might be able to get to. We won't get anything out of that one. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in. The count's now 1-2.
An extension cable.
Yeah, that might be a little bit. That's pushing it. It counts 1-2 here to Alex Dietrich, who again 1 for 1 with a double. Runner on first here with 2 away in the top of the third. The 1-2 from Lease. Line shot down the third base line. Again, it is fair. Rounding second on his way to third is Reeder. The throw coming in. Another close play. That one skips off the glove of the third baseman, Miles. And another double for Alex Dietrich. He is 2 for 2, 2 doubles. And second and third now with 2 away for Hayden Hullock. If you're saying deja vu, that's exactly what it was at the top of the first. Second and third offer a 2-out double from Dietrich down the third base line. And here is Hayden Hullock. He struck out in his first at-bat. He doesn't want the same result this time, as we'll have a mound visit here with 2 outs in this top of the third inning. This is a big spot in this ball game. No score right now, and runs at a premium. A base hit scores 2. You don't know how many chances, if you're post 22, how many more chances you're going to get to try and score with 2 runners in scoring position. After you failed the first time, you don't want to go 0 for 2 in this situation. So Hayden Hullock, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat, he'll step to the plate. Post 22 had just 1 extra base hit, make that 2 extra base hits. A double from Dietrich and Farley in the 2 games against Post 8. Here in 3 innings, Dietrich has matched that in just 1 game. Just 3 innings in, Dietrich's already got 2 doubles, where they had just 2 extra base hits in total on that region round against Pierre Post 8. 1-0 pitch is off the glove of the pitcher. It's going to be a tough play. Struckle field. His throw to first is in time. A 1-4-3 putout to retire the side, and it keeps the game scoreless through 2.5. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. 2.5 gone here at Riverside Field between Brookings and Rapid City Post 22, and there still is no score. But I remind you that sponsoring the state tournament is Sherco, a proud supporter of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Senior Baseball Tournament. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. Also, DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance. DeSmet Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota. And Yankton Thrive. Yes, there is a thriving business economy here in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses, from retail to manufacturing, is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. No score as we head to the bottom of the third. Back in 30 seconds. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
It is the bottom of the third inning, 9-1-2 here for Brookings. Tate Hembolt to Owen Schneider and Breck Hershoff. Hembolt finally gets a chance to swing the bats after post 22. They're going to have 6, 7, and 8 due up in the top of the fourth, where this is just now the first time through the order for Brookings, as Hembolt will come to the plate. 24 pitches through 2 innings for Hayden Leidy. That's a good start for him to try and go deep into this ball game. First pitch swinging and fouling it out of play is Hembolt. You put your ace usually on the mound. Sometimes you might hold them until you lose that first game, and then you make sure that you win that next game. Depends on how you want to play it, but it's important for Nathan Lease and for Hayden Leidy to go deep into this game. Regardless if you win or lose, the least amount of pitchers that you use in game number 1 sets you up for a deep postseason run You start using 3, 4, 5 pitchers to try and get through the first game, as that one comes high and tight and almost hits Humboldt, and the count's 2-1 now to the Brookings left fielder. But if you use 3 to 4 pitchers in your first game, you start to lose a little bit of sleep as a coach, because you're not sure how you're going to manage that second game, especially if you don't win it. This one's skied in the infield, right side, the second baseman, and Roberts will call for it. He'll make the catch behind first base, and leadoff man retired here in the bottom of the third inning, and it brings up the catcher, Owen Schneider. He's singled, but was retired on the double play turn by Dietrich and McKnight. One of 3 hits so far for Brookings post 74. This is living up to the bill right now of the 4-5 matchup. Your 2.5 innings, we've seen a pretty good baseball game. First pitch fouled straight back to the netting. And ahead in the count again is Hayden Leidy. That is where post 22, why you have some really good arms. And for Hayden Leidy, 63% of the time he's getting ahead of hitters with first pitch strikes. And he's up ahead in the count 0-2 right now. Here to Owen Schneider. You look on the other side for Nathan Lease, and his first pitch strike percentage at 66%. Helps you win a lot of ball games and helps your batting average against. Your ERA, your whip, everything goes way down when you're ahead of hitters, starting out 0-1 or 1-2, which that's the count right now. A lot of times you go behind the count 1-0 and 2-1, especially in this tournament against some of the eight best teams here in South Dakota. They're going to make you pay. 1-2 pitch. Fouled all the way back and out of play. The count remains at 1-2. Harrisburg Maroon, who lost 7-2. Also Aberdeen, who lost 6-2 in their first games. They were the lower seeds that won. There's a swing and a miss, a pitch in the turf. The throw will have to go to first base, and there's your first strikeout. Make that your second strikeout for Hayden Leidy. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the third, and it brings up Breck Hershoff, the center fielder. You had Pierre beat Renner last year, the 9 over the 8 seed, to make the state tournament. Everybody else, the top seeds, all made the state tournament. This year, Harrisburg Maroon and Aberdeen both went on the road and got Aberdeen with a sweep of Watertown, and Harrisburg Maroon went all the way across the state to Rapid City Post 320. And after losing the first game, after having a 6-1 lead, they lost the first game and came back and won 2 games against Post 320 to advance to the state tournament. As he counts 1-1 here to Breck Hershoff. But now both those teams are going to be fighting to stay alive in the state tournament after dropping that first round game earlier today. Here's the 1-1. Upstairs is now 2-1. And again, the winner of this game, Brookings and Rapid City Post 22, will take on Sioux Falls East tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Also Harrisburg Gold, who won their first game, they'll take on the winner of Yankton and Renner. That game coming up at 7:30 tonight. Also, that winner's bracket game will be at 7:30 tomorrow night. As it counts now 2-2 here to Breck Hershoff. He grounded into a double play in his first at-bat. 0 for 1 so far. Here's the 2-2 from Leidy. Fouled right back to the netting. That was coming right for Bryce. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breck Hershoff this season at make that a 362 batting average for post 74. 2-2. I want to miss low and away, and the count's now 3-2. And a good battle here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third between Hershoff and Leidy. These 2 pitchers threw really well against each other in that 10-inning game, a 5-4 win for Brookings. That one was fouled out of play, and we'll do it again here with a full count. Not saying we're going to go 10 innings in this ball game, but we'll have ourselves, I think, a pretty good ball game through at least 7 innings. Hopefully, for the sake of our broadcast and for the evening to not go more than 7 innings. Here's a 3-2. That'll be popped up. That's also out of play. Another 3-2 pitch upcoming. This is a good battle here between Breck Hershoff and Hayden Leidy. With 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. This could be one to circle back for, as Hershoff again fouls it out of play. So a third straight foul ball with a full count. It'll be the 10th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. The payoff pitch another time. Leidy delivers from the windup. Finally retires Hershoff and finishes out the inning, striking out 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base, 3 completes, no score between post 22 and post 74. And again, a reminder that the South Dakota American Legion Baseball State Tournament brought to you by Dakota Archery, open every night until 8 p.m. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton. Proud to support the 2023 Legion State Tournament. Also brought to you by Olson Pest, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. And Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Back in a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
6-7-8 here for Rapid City Post 22. Ridge Inhofer, Phillip Bentz, and Zeke Farley. First pitch will miss for ball 1 here to Inhofer, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Nathan Lees on to his 4th inning of work after a 10-pitch at-bat from Breck Hershoff, who ended up striking out swinging as we fouled out a play, and the count's now 1-1. A good battle between those two, but it turned in favor of Hayden Leidy, who has thrown 43 pitches. 10 of those came against Breck Hershoff in that last at-bat. 1-1 pitch. That'll catch the outside corner to Inhofer's dismay, but the count's now 1-2, and a really good pitch there from Nathan Lees, who threw pitch number 45 of the day. Here's the 1-2. That'll be outside. The count's now 2-2. Now, if you throw more than 80 pitches, you can go 105 is the max you can throw, which you can retire the batter or finish out the at-bat, however many pitches it takes. That counts 3-2 here to Ridge Inhofer. If you go more than 80, your tournament's going to be done on the mound. If you throw less than 80, you can come back and pitch on Saturday again. As a 3-2 will miss just low, and another rare walk from Nathan Lees. The leadoff man on. Second walk issued by Lees. I mean, he had 21 walks, and I'll make that overall. He had 10 walks through 48 innings pitched. He's got 2 walks here in 3 innings so far. As Phillip Bentz, who singled, showing bunt, drops it down the third base line. A beauty down the third base line. Barehanded by Lees. The throw is offline, and it's first and second with nobody out. And Bentz gets the base hit, bunt single. And here comes Coach Carter Roach out to have a conversation with his infield. And this is the danger territory, and this is what Post 22 can do. Their bunts haven't been successful, but when they are, they're very successful. That one was a very good successful bunt from Phillip Bentz to make it first and second here with nobody out. And a long discussion here on the infield, or at the mound, with the entire infield from Coach Roach. Brookings last year, they were the top seed overall coming into the state tournament. They won the first game in extra innings, and then went 0-2 after that, went 1-2 in total in the tournament. As Harrisburg ended up going on a run to get to the Saturday, or make it to Sunday, as it was 22 East and Harrisburg all making it to Sunday, having a winner-take-all game. Making sure all the bats are inside the dugout or inside that white line. So now here's Zeke Farley, struck out swinging his first at bat. The first baseman and Koffel well in, showing bunt, popping it up, and it's going to be caught by the pitcher and Lease. 1 for 2 on successful bunt attempts for Post 22. So there's runners at first and second now with one away. And it's for Post 22, it's almost like you got the analytics of swinging hard and hoping for home runs, and you're okay with strikeouts. This is the way their bunting is. It's either perfect or they don't even get the sacrifice completed. Ground ball to third baseman. Miles will step at third for one. The throw is low to first, but dug out at first base by Justin Koffel. It's a 5-3 double play to get out of the inning. With runners at first and second and nobody out, a failed bunt attempt turns into a 5-3 double play to retire the side here in the top of the fourth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 3.5 complete here at Riverside Field. There is no score between Brookings and Rapid City Post 22. We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening and watching the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Sherco is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems in North America. With a corporate office in Yankton, South Dakota, 9 service centers, dozens of equipment manufacturers, and hundreds of dealers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our Smart Trailer line. Sherco's Smart Trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. Open your tarp, swing your auger into place, and open your trailer hopper from a single remote. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
Bottom of the fourth, 3, 4, and 5. Parker Winghart, Justin Koffel, and Zach Struck. Anybody reaches base, it'll be the pitcher Nathan Lease. No score here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Winghart, who had a base hit with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, was left stranded over at first base, as that first pitch is cut on and missed by Winghart, the lefty. For Winghart, he had 2 of the 4 home runs hit so far this season for the Post 74 Bandits. He's down 0-2 in the count now here to Hayden Leidy, who after a 10-pitch at-bat would welcome a short at-bat against anybody here in this inning. He did get the retirement of Brett Kershoff. And the 0-2 fouled over the third base dugout and out of play. But Leidy had thrown 43 pitches through 3 innings, which is still a good spot to be at. If you're right around the 50 pitch mark through 4, you're well within that reach to try and go all 7 innings because you got another 55 left to go. 0-2 pitch going the other way out to left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Could be extra base hit past the left fielder in Farley. Winghart will step at second base. It's a leadoff double for Brookings. And in business here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Haven't quite put the hit up on the scoreboard yet. Yep, there is the fourth hit. There's a potential of maybe Farley getting an error, but I think Winghart probably was at second base regardless if Farley fields it cleanly or not. And now here is Justin Koffel. So now another start in the first good start for Brookings to try and get a run in. As Justin Koffel will wait on the first pitch. That'll bounce in, get to the left side of Benson. Over to third base will be Winghart. And now you've got 2 outs to work with to try and drive in the game's first run. And if you're Post 22, you're probably bringing everybody in on the infield. You're almost halfway through this ball game. There hasn't been a run scored yet. You probably want everybody in to try and keep the run from scoring. Now they're going to be in, but not all the way in like you would see on a grass field, because that ball will move a little bit quicker, and the shortstop and second baseman and McKnight and Roberts can still throw out. Winghart trying to score. This will be floated into center field, diving for it. It is going to drop in for a base hit. It's an RBI. And Brookings takes a 1-0 lead. Koffel pokes it into center field. Inhofer came sliding in, couldn't make the catch. The run was going to score regardless, but there's a runner on first with nobody out. An RBI for Justin Koffel. His third of the postseason. And now Zach Struck, the second baseman who singled to kick off the bottom of the second. Was left stranded over at third. He's showing bunt, and stepping off is Leidy. With Struck showing bunt, Leidy stepped off to maybe reset Hollick to have him play in a little bit farther. First pitch, Struck not bunting, and he'll take the first pitch for a strike at the knees. Brookings faithful, not too pleased with that first pitch strike call, but at the knees for a strike nonetheless. Here's the 0-1. Struck will show bunt. Drop it down the first base line. It'll be good enough to work for the sacrifice. Runner will move up to second and Koffel. Sacrifice complete, score at 1-3, and there's one down here in the top of the bottom of the fourth inning, and it brings out the pitcher Nathan Lees, who can help himself out. And a 2-0 advantage might feel like a mountain in this first game. Lees ground out to the shortstop, McKnight, in his first at-bat. Swing and a miss, and again, Lees behind on the fastball from Leidy. Leidy threw 6 2/3 against Post State, was able, obviously John Winkler here from Pierre, so I get a chance to call a lot of Post State games. And what the players, especially Matt Hansen, the super senior for Post State, one of the 2 super seniors for Post State, as it counts 1-1, he said about Leidy that his velocity never dropped late in the ball game. You see a lot of pitchers, especially in high school, once you get towards the end of the ball game, velocity starts to drop. There's a little bit less dip in the curveball, and your pitches just aren't as sharp as they are at the beginning of the game. What Matt Hansen said was that he was sharp all the way through. He ran out of pitches, so he couldn't go the distance, but he was sharp all the way through his 105th pitch, as that one's fouled away by Nathan Lees, and the count's now 1-2. So that's something to look at as we get farther in this game. Is Leidy going to have his fastball maybe not look as fast, but maybe not just come in as fast on these hitters? Or will he keep the velocity up there? 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Lees was behind the slider there from Leidy. And the 4th strikeout of the ball game now for the pitcher in Leidy, and there's 2 down. And it brings up Nolan Miles, the third baseman who ground out of the shortstop in his first at-bat. An RBI single from Justin Koffel. He stands at second. A 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch swinging out towards right center field, going over and making the catch as the right fielder Harrison Good retires aside here in the bottom of the 4th and keeps the damage to a minimum. 1 run scores on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 4 complete, halfway home in game number 3 of day 1 of our 2023 state tournament. It's a 1-0 lead for Brookings over Rapid City Post 22. Want to remind you that Truxedo is sponsoring this state tournament, so looking for you to join their production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply. Also brought to you by the Fairfield Inn. The 2023 South Dakota State Legion Baseball Tournament broadcast booth is sponsored by the Fairfield Inn. Yankton's newest and nicest hotel is now open at 21st and Broadway. Also, KYNT TV is your exclusive state tournament broadcast destination. Please consider subscribing to the KYNT TV YouTube channel and be made aware of whenever we go live for Yankton and Mount Marty University Athletics. Even if it's not from Yankton, some schools do not have road game coverage, and you are more than welcome to join us on KYNT TV. Football, volleyball, soccer, basketball, and baseball, we have you covered on Yankton's home stream, KYNT TV. Back in 30 seconds, this is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new visityanktonsd.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to visityanktonsd.com for the information you need.
Top of the lineup here for Rapid City Post 22, Hayden Roberts, Wyatt Reeder, and Harrison Good. Here in the 5th inning, Roberts waits in the first pitch, takes it high for ball 1. A run on 2 hits in that last inning for Brookings. Gives them a 1-0 lead. Justin Koffel, the RBI single with nobody out. Counts 1-1 here to Roberts. And you go back to that 4th inning. Zach struck with a sacrifice bunt, but that was all they got, as that'll hit Roberts on the arm. And again, not a whole lot of free passes given up. That's only the 2nd time that Nathan Lease has hit a man this year. So 2 walks and a hit by pitch. I mean, 11 free passes in total for Nathan Lease all the way through the summer season. And here in this game, not even just through 4th inning, pitching into the 5th, 4 free passes. Make that 3 free passes with 2 walks and a hit by pitch. There's a bunt attempt. Nolan Miles will field in front of the plate. That throw to first will be in time. And a sacrifice completed for Wyatt Reeder. Moves a tying run into scoring position with 1 out. And now it's Harrison Good and Alex Dietrich. Well, boy, what a job there by Wyatt Reeder, the 2-hitter, to bring up the number 3 and 4 hitters, Harrison Good and Alex Dietrich. These 2 guys have a lot of power between the 2 of them. Harrison Good with 6 home runs, 54 runs driven in. Alex Dietrich with 5 home runs and 56 runs driven in, as Good swings and misses for strike 1. Runner on second, Aiden Roberts. After being hit by a pitch, sack bunt moves him over to second with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. The 0-1. That is upstairs, and the count is even on a ball and a strike. Harrison Good, he is 0 for 2 so far. Popped out in a failed sack bunt attempt in foul territory, then flew out to the center fielder in Hershoff. Pickoff attempt, and back in diving safely is Roberts. Good is looking for his 2nd hits here of the postseason. Also looking for his 2nd RBI in the postseason. The 1-1. Chopper to the third baseman. Will it stay fair? It will roll foul. Bounce foul, and the count's now 1-2. Alex Dietrich on deck. This is a scary spot here for Brookings. And if you're post 22, again, you failed to score with runners at 2nd and 3rd in the 1st and 3rd inning. Now you got a runner on 2nd with less than 2 outs, as Good will call time. Get himself reset here. Here's the 1-2. Curveball that's popped up, foul territory. A lot of room on foul territory side. Schneider going back over. He'll make the catch. And Good is fouled out twice. Once in a bunt attempt, and that one pops straight up. And a good play from Owen Schneider. That was tough, going all the way over to the netting. There's a lot of backstop, a lot of room in foul territory here at Riverside Field. And Schneider was able to make the catch and retire Good for the 2nd out. And now Lease has to deal with Alex Dietrich. It was doubled twice. If he doubles this time, he's going to drive in a run. Schneider, I don't know if something broke on his chest protector. But again, here's Alex Dietrich. 2 for 2, 2 doubles down the third base line, and Noel Miles standing over the third base line says not again. As a fake pickoff move, stepping off was Nathan Lease. Miles could take one giant step and be in foul territory. He is guarding that third base line, not allowing Dietrich to hit it down there one more time. He'll foul this one straight back. And it's 0-1. Dietrich now with 3 doubles here in the postseason. Had one against Superior back on that Friday. in Game 2 in the 6-5 win over Post State. The 0-1. Fly ball deep to left field, but staying in the ballpark and staying in front of the warning track as the left fielder Hembolt will make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. 4.5 completes here at Riverside Field. Brookings leads Post 22, 1-0. Back in a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Tuxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
5, 6, and 7. Hayden Hollick, Ridge Inhofer, and Phillip Bentz here in the top of the 6th inning. Make that will be in the top of the 6th inning. We're only in the bottom of the 5th inning, so it's going to be 8, 9, and 1. Austin Clark, Tate Hembolt, and then Owen Schneider. If anybody reaches base, then it'll be back to Breck Hershoff. As Post 22 will be down their last 6 outs whenever they come back to the plates, whether they're down 1-0 or maybe a little bit more. First pitch to Austin Clark is outside for ball 1. That was pitch number 57 from Hayden Leidy. 62 pitches for Nathan Lee, so he's still in a good spot. He still has another 43 pitches to work with through 2 innings if he wants to go the distance. That'll be outside, and the count's now 2-0. However, there is some activity down the right field bullpen. Looks like maybe Zach Struck is warming up, potentially trying to get himself loose and ready to go for maybe the 6th, maybe the 7th inning. Here's a 2-0 to Austin Clark. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Clark struck out swinging his first and only at-bat so far. They're 2.5 times through the order for Post 22 through 5 innings, but they have not scored a run. Post 74 and Brookings, they're not even 2 times through the order, but yet they lead at 1-0 as the swing and a miss by Clark, and it's now a 2-2 count. A run on 5 hits and no errors for Brookings. No runs, 6 hits, and no errors for Rapid City. There's a swing and a miss, and Clark is down on a strike for the 2nd time. And the 5th strikeout now for Hayden Leidy. And that'll bring up Tate Hembolt, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1. He popped out to the second baseman, and Aiden Roberts in his first at-bats. Want to remind you, too, coming up tonight, 7:30 first pitch between Yankton and Renner, as that one's outside for ball 1 to Tate Hembolt. Regardless of how we finish this game, other than pushing the start time back, we will not start that game early. There will be a 7:30 first pitch, as that will be fouled out of play. So pregame will get started at 7 o'clock, barring that we get done in time to have enough time to get switched over for a 7 o'clock pregame. But they will not start early if we finish early in this ball game. That one is popped up to the right side into the outfield grass, right to the edge of the turf, and the catch made by Roberts. And there's now 2 down, the second time that Hembolt has popped out to Roberts. So Clark is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Hembolt is 0 for 2 with 2 pop-outs to the second baseman. And now here's Owen Schneider, who singled in the first and then struck out swinging in the third. He's at 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch to Schneider. Showing bunt with two outs, but he takes the first pitch for a strike, trying to catch Post 22 napping. The third baseman, Hollick, will take a couple steps inside the third base bag. The 0-1. Good curveball there by Leidy, but too far inside. And it evens the count and a ball and a strike. Winner of this game takes on Sioux Falls East tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Loser will be in the elimination game against Harrisburg Maroon. This will be a soft floater into shallow center field. The shortstop McKnight behind the second baseman McRoberts and will make the catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Hayden Leidy. We head to the top of the 6th. 1-0 lead for Brookings over Rapid City Post 22. Back in a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Sherco is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems in North America. With a corporate office in Yankton, South Dakota, 9 service centers, dozens of equipment manufacturers, and hundreds of dealers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our Smart Trailer line. Sherco's Smart Trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. Open your tarp, swing your auger into place, and open your trailer hopper from a single remote. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
It is Hayden Hollick, Ridge Inhofer, and Phillip Benz 5, 6, and 7 here in the top of the 6th inning. As Hollick 0 for 2, Inhofer 0 for 1, and Benz is 2 for 2. As Nathan Lease continues to work on the mound here for the Brookings Bandits. And mentioned earlier, and we pointed out up here that Owen Schneider, the catcher, he's got an earpiece in because Carter Roach or whoever is working with the pitching staff can communicate with the walkie-talkie and somewhat of a pitch comm. It doesn't get relayed to the pitcher other than the signs, but there is no signs that have to be thrown out from the dugout. You can just get the walkie-talkie in and call pitchers yourself, as I believe it is Carter Roach that does have the walkie-talkie. There's a ground ball left side, diving for it as a shortstop, and wing-hearted into left field. A leadoff single for Hayden Hollick. He's 1 for 3. And Ridge Inhofer now to the plate. I don't know, maybe if the pitch or the earpiece is non-functional now. We had a chance to talk with Coach Roach about that. He got the idea and got it from Post State. Peyton Zabel and Brian White had used that last year quite often as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. He said he was almost chirping Brian White about the use of a walkie-talkie, and then he realized that's not too bad of an idea, and he started using it then. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled straight back, and the count's now 1-1. I don't see anybody in the first base dugout actually communicating into a walkie-talkie, but they have the ability to if they want, as long as that earpiece is still working for Owen Schneider. 1-1 pitch, showing bunt, dropping it down the third base line, and Inhofer will bunt it foul, and the count's now 1-2. See the major leaguers use it and use the pitch comm that's on the shin guard of those catchers, that they can cover the glove up of that pitch comm and press down on the buttons to, you can hear, fastball inside or curveball outside or whatever it might be. It can be relayed to the pitcher without having to throw signs down. That one will be fouled on the play, and the count remains at 1-2. The advance of technology is good, but I guess you can thank the Houston Astros for something like that happening with their scandal that they had, as the count is at 1-2.
They are the worst.
That one's fouled back. Not going to go there with it, but the Houston Astros probably, they probably are the catalyst to get that pitch comm going in Major League Baseball. It's hard to actually, it's hard to steal signs if there's no signs being flashed down by the catcher. 1-2 pitch, that'll get to the backstop, and the tying run will get to second. A wild pitch thrown by Lease. And Hollick is in scoring position here with nobody out to the top of the 6th inning. The count's now 2-2 here to Ridge Inhofer. Another man in scoring position. It was a double play turn the 4th. Runners were stranded at 2nd and 3rd in the 1st and 3rd as that one's fouled out of play. In the 2nd inning, Bentz was picked off at second base. So every inning now here in this ball game, they've had at least somebody in scoring position. Roberts was at second in the 5th inning, and that one's fouled back again in a good battle here between Inhofer and Nathan Lease. So they have failed to score in 5 innings with runners in scoring position. This is the 6th inning, and can they cash through 22? Lease will come set from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Off the handle, that's going to be floated into left field for a base hit. Will they send the runner? They will hold the runner at third base. Bentz or make that an Inhofer with a single. And it is 1st and 3rd now with nobody out. Here is Philip Bentz, who is already 2 for 2 in the ball game. And here is the spot for Post 22 to tie the ball game up. Schneider will go through these signals in front of home plate. On the bunt coverage, or just what happens if the runner at first and Inhofer takes off for second. First pitch, swing and a miss by Philip Bentz. Chase that one outside the zone. He is 2 for 2, a single in the 2nd inning, but also had a bunt single in the 4th. Made it 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Now it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Showing a bunt, safety squeeze, drop down. Lease will throw it home. The tag is not applied in time, and we are tied at 1. Coach Roach will come out and have a conversation with the home plate umpire, John Thayer. But it's 1st and 2nd with nobody out, and it's a tie ball game. So it's an RBI for Bentz. They do not give a base hit. It's a fielder's choice RBI for Bentz. And now it's Zeke Farley with 1st and 2nd and nobody out. Showing bunt another time. This one bunt foul by Farley. Again, it's Post 22. Bunting the ball. When they do it, they bunt it to perfection. They struggle when they don't bunt it to perfection, but every so often, a couple times a game, you get a perfectly placed bunt by the Hard Hats. Here's the 0-1. Pickoff attempt. Diving back in safely is Inhofer at second. So now it turns into a 1-1 tie with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. But runners are at 1st and 2nd. And Farley, who is showing bunts, is trying to put 2 runners in scoring position here, which would be with 1 out if they do get the runner out. Showing bunt again is Farley. He'll pop that up. It's going to be caught by the pitcher at least. Another failed bunt attempt by Post 22. And there's now 1 down, and Farley has had a couple of failed bunt attempts, bunting back to the pitcher. So now here's Dominic McKnight, the shortstop. With Aiden Roberts on deck, the top of the order, do you try a bunt one more time? I don't think there's, for Coach Torvey, he's not afraid to try and bunt another time. And he is going to show bunt as McKnight, but taking it low for ball 1. That'd be the 3rd straight bunt if McKnight does lay down a bunt. Another bunt, third base line, a perfectly placed bunt. A base hit for Dominic McKnight up the line at third. And the bases are now loaded with 1 away. And here is Aiden Roberts. Fly ball, base hit, whatever it takes to get the go-ahead run in here for Post 22. As Nathan Lease will go for the windup with the bases loaded. First pitch is over for strike one. Middle stays back. They're going to try and get the double play up the middle to get out of the inning. The corners are in. So ground ball to the third baseman or first baseman and also back to the mound. You can go home with it to try and start the double play. It'll be outside. The count's now 1-1 here to Roberts, who is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch back in the top of the fifth inning, but is grounded out to the left side, both to the third baseman and shortstop. Oh, the 1-1. This will be popped foul out of play, and the count's now 1-2. Bases are full of hard hats. Inhofer at third, Benson at second, and McKnight at first. Top of the order, Roberts. Trying to give 22 their first lead here in the state tournament. 1-2 pitch is high and outside, and the count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lees quickly works, 2-2 pitch, line shot, diving forward and missing his wing heart into left field for a base hit. 1 run will score, the second run trying to score. Throw is cut off, the throw back to third, the tag applied, they got him out at third base, but a 2-run single for Aiden Roberts, and it's a 3-run lead for the Post 22 Hard Hats. McKnight is thrown out trying to take third. So now here is Wyatt Reeder with a 2 RBI single from Roberts. First pitch strike to Reeder, who is 1 for 1 in the ball game. He walked, singled, and he had a sacrifice bunt. A 3-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning for Rapid City Post 22. 4 hits in the inning for Post 22. An RBI fielder's choice for Benson, a 2 RBI single for Roberts. He takes off, and Reeder out to right field, going back as the right fielder all the way to the wall, and it is going to be off the bottom of the wall. Roberts will come in to score. Another run for Post 22. 4-1 is our score. Reeder missed a home run by a matter of inches. And here's Harrison Good to try and extend the lead now for Rapid City Post 22. He's 0 for 3, but he is due. First pitch at the top of the zone, missing upstairs for ball 1. I wouldn't say the wheels have fallen off this inning, but in a 4-1 game, it kind of has fallen off a little bit here for Brookings. Swing and a miss by Good, and the count's 1-1. 11 hits now in the ball game for Post 22, 5 coming in this inning. Swing and a miss by Good, and the count's now 1-2. And Lees is working quickly, trying to get out of this inning now. Post 20 make that Post 74. We'll have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2 will bounce in. Schneider is able to pick it off the ground, and the count goes to 2-2. Two-two pitch. Curveball taken for strike 3, and Good is now 0 for 4 in the ball game, but 8 men come to the plate. 4-run score on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We got a brand new ball game. Rapid City Post 22 leads Brookings 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Back in a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Tuxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
67 pitches for Hayden Liney as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Breck Hershoff, Parker Winghart, Justin Koffel, 2, 3, and 4. There's one spot in the lineup that you would like to be for Brookings after giving up a 4 spot to post 22. This is probably your 3 guys right now. Other than having the top of the order due up, 2, 3, and 4 is what you like to see. Hershoff is 0 for 2 so far, though. First pitch from Liney. Will miss low for ball 1. 90 pitches for Justin Koffel. Make that Nathan Lease. 68 pitches now here for Hayden Liney, with activity now in the bullpen out in left field. As there's a ground ball to the left side, that's going to be in the hole. McKnight will field. He's not even going to try it. And an infield single for Breck Hershoff, and that's how the inning will start for Brookings and how you want the inning to start if you're Brookings. Parker Winghart, the shortstop who doubled. He's 2 for 2 so far. He's one big swing away from making this a 1-run ball game. Wyatt Reeder almost had a 2-run homer. Hit that all the way out to the right field and right center field, and it dropped right in front of the fence, right at the bottom of the fence. First pitch will miss low for ball 1 to Winghart. So activity in the left field bullpen, a right-hander getting loose for post 22. You had Zach Strug getting loose in the bullpen before the top of the 6th inning for Brookings. 1-0. That is top of the zone. The count's now 1-1. But Hayden Liney, who is just barely over 70 pitches, has a lot still to work with here in game 1. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Justin Koffel, who is on deck, he has the lone RBI for Brookings. That came in the 4th inning. An RBI single after Winghart doubled to open up the bottom of the 4th. 2-1. That will get to the backstop to second base. Will easily go Hershoff. And a runner in scoring position now with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And for post 22, not necessarily worried about that run with a 3-run lead. Don't have to be worried about that runner at second base. But even though it is a 3-run ball game, that tying run is already on deck. 2-1. Top of the zone taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. Winghart didn't necessarily like that strike call. But he'll dig back in, trying to go 3 for 3. The 2-2. I think that the 3-2 was missed for ball 4, and Winghart is on. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Here comes Coach Torvey. And is he going to make the call to the bullpen here? Liney has gone 5 innings, and as the players from 22 are making their way out of the dugout, this will be the end of the day for Hayden Liney. So he goes 5 innings for the post 22 Hard Hats. So we will step aside for a minute. We'll tell you the change and the new pitcher for the post 22 Hard Hats coming up after this. Back in a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Jaden Moreno is on the mound now for post 22 as he will try and get the final 6 outs. And for Jaden Moreno, we look at his stats. He has thrown to 41 in the 3rd innings. He has been used officially out of the bullpen. This is his 17th appearance. 11 of those appearances have come out of the bullpen. He's got 4 saves, an ERA at 3.39, and a whip at 1.45, batting average against at 275. As Justin Koff will be the first man to greet him, he has the tying run with nobody out here at the bottom of the 6th and runners at 1st and 2nd. Can't close the book quite yet on Hayden Leidy, who is responsible for the 2 runners on 1st and 2nd. First pitch is inside from Moreno for ball 1 to Justin Koffel, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Leidy can be the winning pitcher, he cannot be the losing pitcher. Regardless of those 2 runs score or not, he'll still remain a chance to be the winning pitcher for post 22 if they pick up the win, as the count's now 2-0 here to Justin Koffel. Now, Leidy left with 75 pitches, so he is available to come back and pitch on Saturday if post 22 gets to that spot. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. I think Koffel, who turned and was not happy about that strike call, but I think he's not happy that he took the strike instead of trying to swing the bat. One of those where he's kicking himself for the non-swing. 2-1. That will come inside. Now it's 3-1 and a good hitter's count here for Justin Koffel. Leidy did go 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Just 1 earned run so far, but still could be 2 or 3 by the time this inning is done. 3-1 pitch. Koffel will take it for a strike, and the count's now full at 3-2. Some more activity out in the bullpen as Eli Kelly will start to get loose out there. So 5 pitches in, and there's already going to be activity out in the left field bullpen. 3-2 pitch, and Koffel somehow fought that off to foul it back. Went off the concrete and all the way back out to the mound. And the home plate umpire, John Thayer, says, nah, let's trade out baseballs, make sure that baseball is not too scuffed up. He'll put it back in his pocket, and that'll be used later on here in this ball game. Count remains full at 3-2 with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Koffel again will foul it off. That one over to the 3rd base dugout. And it goes off the arm of one of the coaches for Rapid City Post 22. He moved his arm up above his head to keep the ball from hitting his head, but he didn't do a whole lot to get out of the way of that ball. Count remains full at 3-2. Koffel will call time. Big spots. The number 4 hitter. With runners at 1st and 2nd and nobody out. That'll be ball 4. Trying to get Koffel to chase on the curveball outside the zone. And it ends up being a walk. 2nd walk in the inning by the 22 Hard Hats. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And now a Zach Struck. 1 for 1, singled in the 2nd. Sack bunts in the 4th. Tying run is now on base here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch, swing and a miss by Struck. If you're Brookings, you cannot strike out. Not strike out, not ground into a double play. anything but those two results. Even if you don't score a run, you don't want that to happen, but you don't want the strikeout and you don't want that twin killing. As it counts now 0-2, as Struck was well late on that 0-1 pitch. He chopped it over into the first base dugout. So now here is Moreno a chance to go get a strikeout of Struck, up 0-2 in the counts. We got time called, and what do we have? We got maybe a frisbee that made their way out. So a couple of frisbees that made their way out of the field. Don't know if somebody was playing frisbee golf. I don't know if there's a frisbee golf course around here, but I don't know how they missed that bad. There's a swing and a miss by Zach Struck, and he'll strike out. There's one down here in the bottom of the sixth. And one of those two results you could not have happen. And now there's one down, and it brings up Nathan Lease, the pitcher, who can help himself out to get back in this ball game. Lease, though, is 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. Bouncing in, good block there by Bentz. That's a huge block right there. Gets to the backstop. It's a 4-2 ball game with that tying run also moving up into scoring position. The 1-0 from Moreno. Ground ball to the right side. Roberts will field. Throw to second, but it's off the glove of the shortstop McKnight, and it's a 4-2 ball game. An error to the shortstop McKnight, who is so sure-handed over there. It was tailor-made for a double play. But the first error of the ball game results in a run scoring. And the bases remain loaded. I believe that Lease doesn't even get, he might get the RBI because he can't assume the double play, as it'll be bouncing in. Nolan Miles will take it for ball one, and time will be called by Philip Bentz to go talk to his pitcher in Jaden Moreno. And just a quick conversation, maybe changing up the signs. So the count is 1-0 here to Nolan Miles, who is 0 for 2. The 1-0. Taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Bases are loaded here with one out. 4-2 is our score with Post 22 leading. Swing and a miss by Miles, and the count's now 1-2. Moreno looking for a second strikeout. The 1-2. Ground ball, that's going to get underneath the glove. Roberts will field, he still bobbles and can't make the play. And the bases will remain loaded. It is a 4-3 ball game. We'll see what they call it on the board. But it's a 4-3 ball game now. That's going to be a base hit and an RBI for Austin to make that Nolan Miles. And now we'll have a pinch hitter, as it will be David Brink that will hit for Austin Clark. So David Brink will come in to hit with the bases loaded, one out, and a 4-3 score. A couple of misplays from the middle infield. Roberts tried to slide, it bounced off of him, and he could never regather to get the out at second. They called a base hit. Right after the play from Roberts to throw to the shortstop was misplayed by the shortstop McKnight. And what a unfortunate turn of events here for Post 22 to make it a 4-3 score here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Now the infield, the middle infield has to come in, play even at the corners. But the shortstop, second baseman, McKnight and Roberts can stay back and play for the double play to try and get out of this inning. They nearly got out of it without any damage. Now the tying runs at third base. And here is David Brink, the pinch hitter. First pitch is over for strike one. Brink went .219 this season, 1 double, 3 runs driven in. How about this time for a chance to make his his 4th RBI. But the count's quickly 0-2 here to Brink. We got a couple of game changers that are misplay. There's a base hit and a tie ball game. Rounding third, trying to score. The throw coming to the plate is going to be right on time. The throw to second. Now another run will try and score. The throw to the plate. They've got him out of the plate. I think there's obstruction going to be called by the third base umpire and Johnny Kirchner. So we're going to have ourselves a lead for Brookings. We've got to get everything figured out. The runner was out at home, but I think there's obstruction going to be on the third baseman. As Lees came in to score, he was obstructed by the third baseman, Hullock. That allows a run to score. The throw went to second, then came back home. And so Miles is going to be out over at the plate, unless they go back to third base and everything would stop at the end of that play. The umpires have to talk this through. Obstruction was called over at third base. I thought I saw the third base umpire, Johnny Kirchner, call obstruction. With that play coming to the plate, the runner was tagged out in plenty of time. He was tagged out. However, obstruction being called, he's going to get that base to score. Now the problem is, and I don't know the ruling, is if the play continues all the way through. So if the play continues all the way through, the runner at third right now, and Miles, he is out. Brink is still safe at second, and there's going to be 2 outs with the runner on second and a 5-4 lead. Right now, we do know it's 4-4. Koffel did score. Now the umpires are going to talk to both head coaches, and Coach Torvey and Coach Roach. Post 22 is coming off the field like they've got the third out, but they don't. Unless there was no obstruction called. And I mean, this is as confusing as it gets, and something that you never see twice when you come to the ball. Every time you come to the ballpark, you see something new. And so now, this is where I believe they did say they're 2 outs. So now we'll see if we can hear from John Thayer if he explains it. Well, that can't be though. If they do have 2 outs, if there's 2 outs in the inning, the runner at third has to be out because they've scored 2 runs.
Therefore, there are runners at second and third with 2 outs. And now batting for Brookings.
I don't believe there's something that's not right here. They've got to get this figured out here. They've got to get this figured out. Brookings is all about this happening right now. Because if there are 2 runs scored in the inning, or in that play, which I got 2 runs scoring on that play, maybe there's only 1 run that scored, but they got 2 outs. Where's the other out at? I don't know where this run scored at. Here's a ground ball to third baseman in Hullock. The throw to first will be in time. It's not going to matter, but I don't know what the score actually is. Are we tied 4-4 or is it 5-4? Because if 2 runs scored on that play, it would be a 5-4 ball game. So they get. We'll have to try and figure this out, but we're going to step aside for a minute. It is a 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton. Back in a minute.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new VisitYanktonSD.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to VisitYanktonSD.com for the information you need.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
So we're having a discussion up here in the press box and the Fairfield Inn press box, but also down on the field as well with the three umpires. Zach Struck's going to be the new pitcher in the top of the 7th when we actually start the top of the 7th. Now the problem is what the score is and how we get to 4-4 right now. Because if we had obstruction, 2 runs should have scored to make it 5-4. If we didn't have obstruction, the inning should have been over then because they would have had the 3rd out. Because they got the runner out at home the first time, they got the second runner out at home the 3rd time. And I don't know, Coach Roach is okay with it. Rapid City Post 22, I guess, is okay with it. Somewhere, miscommunication has happened somewhere across this entire way. Because I really don't know exactly how we got to that conclusion, other than the fact that David Brink had an RBI single to tie the game at 4-4. As the first pitch from Zach Struck to Alex Dietrich will be taken inside for ball 1. And it was a 5-3 ground out from Hemble to end the inning. So 3 runs scored. There's a line shot to take a one-hopper to the second baseman, the new second baseman over there, and there is one down. That was, well, we're still trying to figure out that is going to be from Nolan Miles, the second baseman, and there's one away here in the top of the 7th inning. Because, I mean, if it's 5-4 right now, Post 22's got to score a run here in this inning. But if it's 4-4, they don't necessarily have to score, but we're going to go play the bottom of the 7th if they don't score. Or regardless, they're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. As Hayden Hollick will take ball 1, missing just inside. Lease has moved to third base. Miles is at second, and Struck is now on the mound. We'll try and get you full totals here for Hayden Leidy and for Nathan Lease as it counts 2-0. Hollick, who is 1 for 3, pops this one up right behind the second base bag. The shortstop Winghart will call for it. There's 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Reg Inhofer, the center fielder. So Nathan Lease goes 6 innings, giving up 11 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts on 90 pitches. And he is ineligible to pitch the rest of the postseason unless Brookings would be one of the 2 teams, or the team other than Post 22, that will go to the regionals. As Post 22, the host team, takes up one of those spots. Inhofer will take strike 1. So I believe Leidy, he gets credit for, he gets all 3 of those runs will be earned to him, as the count is now 1-1 here to Rich Inhofer. And by the way, we still got another baseball game to play. Yankton and Renner, they'll be coming up at 7:30. We'll start a minute early, or well, maybe a minute early, but we're not going to start early. It'll be 7:30 regardless of what time this ball game ends, or later than 7:30, as the count is now it's 2-1. Inhofer is 1 for 2, struck out swinging in the second. grounded base in the 6th and came into score part of those 4 runs that scored for post 22, as the count is now at 3-2, I believe, here to Inhofer. And a walk issued to Ridge Inhofer. And a runner on first with 2 away. Not what you were hoping to have if you're Brookings. Phillip Bentz, who is 2 for 3. Singled in the 2nd and 4th. Also ground into an RBI fielder's choice in the 6th. On a bunt attempt with a safety squeeze that was on. First pitch is over for strike 1. So again, our score is 4-4. Apparently, 4-4, with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. That one outside, the count's now 1-1. You're just joining us here on KYNT TV. That bottom of the 6th inning got very confusing at the end with what we thought at least was obstruction being called. That should have allowed 2 runs to score, but only 1 run came in to score. There's a ground ball to shortstop Winghart. The throw across to first is not going to be in time. An infield single for Phillip Bentz extends the inning. And here is now Zeke Farley, who is 0 for 3. Farley, who had the most hits for post 22 coming into this state tournament, went 4 for 6 against Pierre in the region round. He'll ground the first pitch over the shortstop Winghart. He'll field throw the short way to second. Staying on the bag is Miles, and that retires the side here in the top of the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. To the bottom of the 7th we go. We are tied 4-4. Back in a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can invest your resources just about anywhere today, but if you can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the 2nd largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
So does the bottom of the 7th inning, top of the order, Owen Schneider, Breck Hershoff, and Parker Winghart trying to need to get 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th inning to win this ball game. Where we thought maybe Brookings had taken a 5-4 lead, still 4-4. 4 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error for post 22. 4 runs on 8 hits, and no errors for Brookings. Jaden Moreno on the mound still. Owen Schneider showing bunt, takes it high for ball 1. It was 3 runs on 3 hits and an error on that last inning. And 2 men left on base. This one will be floated into shallow left field. McKnight will get over to make the running grab. And nearly a bleeder that fell for a base hit. Instead, McKnight will field. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th to bring up Breck Hershoff. He's 1 for 3, grounded into a double play back in the 1st inning, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and led off the bottom of the 6th with a base hit. They got the wild inning started. Here's the first pitch to Hershoff. Upstairs for ball 1. Zach Struck is on the mound. Jaden Moreno on the mound for post 22, the 2 starters. Not going to be a deciding factor in the decision here in this ball game. Counts 2-0 here to Hershoff. Lighty can come back and pitch on Saturday if post 22 gets there. That'll be fouled over the left side and down the third baseline. It counts now 2-1. Nathan Lease, his pitching is done for post 74. here in this tournament, but could pitch again if they get to the regional, Central Plains Regional, coming up next week. That one will be high, and the count's 3-1 to Hershoff. 3-1. Taken for ball 4. And a 1-out walk, and there's your winning run on at first. Here is Parker Winghart. Brookings no strangers to a walk-off win in the first round. Most of these same guys, almost all these guys in the lineup last year, were part of the 2022 Brookings Bandits team who had a walk-off win in the first round last year, as the top seed being the 8-seed Pier. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Here to Parker Winghart, who is 2 for 2, single, double, and a walk. On base all 3 times. Probably not a guy that you would have bunt. The 1-0. That is outside. The count's now 2-0. Winghart had that double out in left center field. And now Coach Ryan Clapperich will call time, and he'll go out and have a conversation with his pitcher, Jane Moreno, with activity out in the left field bullpen. Again, our final game is Yankton and Renner. Not sure what time coverage will start at this point. We'll try. I mean, the first pitch is scheduled for 7:30, so if we back up, we will back up. We won't start early, but at this point, even with the hit here from Parker Winghart to score the runner from first base, we're not going to have a chance to start early. We flew through the first 4 innings of this ball game. First 5 innings took about right around an hour. But these last 2 innings have slowed down a little bit, but they've been some pretty good innings. 4 runs in the 6th for the 22 Hard Hats, and 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th for Brookings. And the count's now 3-0 here to Winghart. Maybe the green light for Winghart, as Coach Roach saying, got to be in that tight little box to try and, if you're going to swing. 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, taking it high for a strike, and the count's now 3-1. Good hitters count here for Winghart. Looking for his 3rd hit. 4th time on base. The 3-1 is outside for ball 4, and the winning run is now make that in scoring position. Back-to-back walks, and we might have ourselves a pitching change. We will. So Jane Moreno can't get through the 7th inning. It is 4-4 with runners at first and second and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. We will step aside for a minute. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Sherco is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems in North America. With a corporate office in Yankton, South Dakota, 9 service centers, dozens of equipment manufacturers, and hundreds of dealers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our Smart Trailer line. Sherco's Smart Trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. Open your tarp, swing your auger into place, and open your trailer hopper from a single remote. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
If you're a visitor to the Yankton area, maybe camping at the lake or fishing on the river, we welcome you. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. And if you want to know what's going on around Yankton while you're here, search out the new VisitYanktonSD.com website. It features everything from shopping, dining, lodging, area attractions, recreational opportunities, and upcoming events. Visiting the Yankton area? Then go online to VisitYanktonSD.com for the information you need.
So it'll be Eli Kelly on the mound here for Post 22, trying to keep this a 4-4 game and send us to extras. But it's runners at first and second with 1 out. Justin Koffel, who had an RBI single to get Brookings on the board in the 4th inning. he's got a chance to be the hero and walk us off in this first game, or first game for both these teams, our third game. In the 4-5 matchup, the closest seeds you can get in this tournament, they've lived up to the billing here in this first round. They played 10 innings back in the early part of June. It was a 5-4 win for Brookings in 10 innings over Post 22. We don't really want to go 10 innings here in this ball game, but that tells you how close these two teams are as we play another one-run ball game, potential one-run ball game, as Eli Kelly comes to the mound. This is his 16th appearance out of the bullpen. He's got 6 saves and 8 wins. ERA at 1.18 and a whip of 0.95. So he barely allows a run, doesn't even allow a full runner on base per inning. Batting average against at 197. Best guy to turn to, but he hits the first man on the first pitch, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Koffel is on base at first. Zach Struck, the Brookings pitcher now, will come to the plate. Everybody will come in. They're not concerned about trying to turn a double play to get out of the inning. They don't want to take the risk. Any ball that is hit by Struck, they're going to go home with it. Zach Struck is 1 for 2. He was cleated earlier in the ball game. He's now pitching and a chance to win the ball game for Brookings. First pitch is outside for ball 1. 4-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Bases are loaded with 1 out. 1 out. It is low and it's 2-0. Two walks, a hit by pitch. Loaded the bases after the leadoff man was retired on a soft liner. The 2-0. Swing and a miss by Struck. Took something off of it that time was Kelly. Struck fans on it, and the count's still 2-1 in favor of Struck. The 2-1. Line shot, that is going to be diving and missing it to the right fielder in Harrison Gunn. A walk-off single for Zach Struck, and Brookings wins it 5-4. Harrison Good had a diving attempt, couldn't come up with it. Scoring from third was Hershoff. An RBI for Zach Struck. He gets the win on the mound, a win with the hits, and Brookings wins it 5-4 to advance to take on Sioux Falls East tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back with a post-game show. This is the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Know what happens when you keep your hard-earned assets at First Dakota National Bank? You can rest assured that your accounts are protected to the maximum allowed by the FDIC, and those funds stay local. Businesses and organizations are positively impacted. The whole community benefits. You can out anywhere today. You can keep them safe, earn a good return, and benefit your local community, why invest anywhere else? First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
When you were younger, what did you dream of doing for a living?
Was it to be an engineer, a machinist? How about a mechanic?
Maybe work for a worldwide company. Well, we can make your dream a reality right here in Yankton.
You're a click away with Hydro Extruded Solutions. Hydro is in 40 countries, with Yankton being the second largest in the U.S. with a family of 420 employees.
Take the leap to become a part of our family today.
Where opportunities begin at your fingertips. Go to jobs.hydro.com.
We are aluminum.
Ooh, what a ball game we had in this third game of our day one as Brookings beats Rapid City Post 22 with a walk-off single by Zach Struck, 5-4 as we welcome you into the Tuxedo post-game show. 5-4 win for Brookings, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 5 men left on base. Post 22 out hits Brookings 4 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and had 10 men left on base. They had at least one guy in scoring position in every single inning for Post 22, but they only scored 4 runs in the 6th inning. They got RBIs from Eden Roberts, an RBI from Wyatt Reeder, and an RBI from Phillip Bentz in that 6th inning. Justin Koffel gave Brookings the lead 1-0 in the top of the 4th. Then 3 runs scored in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game up with an RBI from Nathan Lease, RBI from Nolan Miles, and an RBI from David Brink. And then an RBI with the bases loaded and 1 out from Zach Struck wins the ball game and sends Post 22 to the losers bracket. Well, they'll fight for their season, although they'll still be, even if they go 0-2, they're still going to be hosting the regionals and will be in to the regional round, or into the Central Plains Regional. But they'll play Harrisburg Maroon at 10 a.m. Brookings now has a date with Sioux Falls East at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, and the chance to go 2-0 and put yourself in a potential driver's seat here in the state tournament. What a win for the Brookings Bandits, 5-4, the walk-off win over the Post 22 Hardhats, 5-4, as Zach Struck picked up the win on the mound, going the final inning, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and it did not allow a run. Jaden Moreno, who was out of the ball game at the time, but still will get the loss, as he went the 6th inning. He went to an inning and a third, but he gave up those the 4th and 5th runs. He was responsible for that winning run, Brett Kershoff, who in that 7th inning walk, hit by pitch with 1 out in the 7th, and allowed that RBI single from Zach Struck, where Harrison Good nearly took that away, but it would have still probably been an RBI sac fly, and a walk-off single for Zach Struck wins the ball game for Brookings and sends them into the next round to take on Sioux Falls East. We got one more game still left to play here tonight. It is going to be Renner and Yankton. Yankton Post 12, the host team, they'll play right around a little after 7:30. As it was the time of the ball game was an hour and 59 minutes, so we'll play just a little after 7:30, and we'll be back on the call. Bryce Ladwig will have the call coming up here in just a little bit. So that wrap things up for us here in the Game 3 broadcast of day number 1, as we will return here coming up in just a little bit, somewhere around, what, Bryce, 10, 15 minutes from now for our pregame. Make that 10 minutes from now for our pregame of game number 4. Final score here in Game 3, Brookings. They walk off a win over Rapid City Post 22, 5-4. We'll be back in about 10 minutes as you are listening and watching the 2023 South Dakota American Legion State Tournament on KYNT TV in Yankton.
Thank you for watching KYN TV's coverage of the 2023 South Dakota American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Be sure to tune in to the next game from Riverside Field.
Hi, my name is Paula. Hello, my name is Nicole Johnson.
Hey, my name is Cy Williams.
I am extrusion supervisor. I've been working at Hydro for about 10 years now. The reason I like working at Hydro is for the challenges and the opportunities to step up. I first started off in packing, and I was able to move myself up within the first 5 years. I believe it's a great place to work at.
I've been working here since 2011. I really like working for this company here. The department I work in here is dye repair. I've been a dye corrector for like maybe 4.5 years. I love it. I love the people. When we work here, we work safe. We work together as a unit.
I worked here at Hedro approximately 4 months now. I am the plant machinist. Everybody I work with is fantastic. Total mutual respect with all the employees around here. A lot of people are 45-year employees, so to have a company with that many people that are 20, 30, and 40 years, they have to be doing something right.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Visiting the Yankton area? Then stop at the premier outfitter for the shooting sports, Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports. If you use it to hunt, you'll find it and more at Dakota Archery. Their store features archery equipment and guns from the leading manufacturers, plus all the gear you need to go with it. Clothing, boots, bags, caps, gloves, ammo, arrows, and more.
Open every night till 8. Dakota Archery and Outdoor Sports, East Highway 50, Yankton, South Dakota.
For over 100 years, DeSmit Farm Mutual has been South Dakota's insurance company, providing farm, home, and auto insurance. Families, farmers, and ranchers look to us during good times and bad because of our commitment to our communities, neighbors, and rural lifestyle. While we utilize the most advanced technology, provide the most progressive insurance policies, and offer bundle packages that save you money, DeSmit hasn't forgotten that the most important job is protecting what's important to you. Go online to DeSmitFarmMutual.com to find an agent near you. DeSmit Farm Mutual Insurance, serving South Dakota from South Dakota.
Is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
SureCo is the largest manufacturer of quality tarp and containment systems. With a corporate office in Yankton and 9 service centers, we will meet your tarping and containment needs. Gear up for harvest with our Smart Trailer line. SureCo's Smart Trailer electric accessories help you do the job faster, easier, and safer with increased productivity. When you need to be sure, make it SureCo.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.